After many years of alternating rumors and reports about the end and reboot of the project, Stalker 2 was finally officially revealed with a first trailer in the summer of 2020. Over 10 years after the release of the last part, Stalker 2 is riding high with many gamers. In this video you can learn everything about the open-world survival hope. Hello Internet, hello Paul. Welcome home, glad you're here and taking your time for this video. Today, the survival shooter in the Chernobyl exclusion zone is high on the shooter wish list of many fans. Therefore, we summarize for you what is known so far about Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. The expectations for the game are very high, but so are the risks that the first-person shooter takes. Let's hope that GSC doesn't overdo it and that Stalker 2 will be what we all expect. But let's get to the information about the game. When will Stalker 2 be released? Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl was originally supposed to be released on April 28, 2022. That was announced at E3 2021. But you'll have to wait longer than originally thought for the trip to the irradiated Pripyat. In January 2022, the developers announced that Stalker 2 would be delayed by 7 months. The game will not hit the stores until December 8, 2022. However, even that is no longer certain because, as you all know, Russia invaded Ukraine and the developers had to flee. This has most certainly pushed the development far back, resulting in the new release date that is making the rounds at the moment. December 2023. So no longer this year. On which platforms will Stalker 2 be playable? Stalker 2 will be available for PC and Xbox Series X and S at release. Microsoft has an exclusive deal because Stalker 2 will be included in Xbox Game Pass right at its release. Subscribers of the Microsoft service don't have to pay full price for the game. Other platforms will follow later, so Heart of Chernobyl will also be released for PlayStation 5 at a later date and is not completely Xbox exclusive. What is Stalker 2 about? It is certain that Stalker 2 will once again take us to the contaminated exclusion zone around the former Chernobyl nuclear power plant near the abandoned city of Pripyat. There, the laws of nature have been partially suspended and the animal world has been severely mutated by radioactivity. In this decayed and hostile environment, the titular stalkers are active, who are soldiers of fortune in search of valuable artifacts. We take on the role of the new protagonist Skiff, whose actions, according to the developer, are supposed to herald a new chapter in the history of the zone. Little is known about the specific story, but Skiff seems to be in a hurry to get to the highly dangerous center of the exclusion zone. What exactly he is looking for there is unclear. The first trailer also hints at gruesome experiments with mutants that were apparently bred inside an old reactor. So whether Skiff is merely out for riches or chasing a grand conspiracy remains to be seen. What we do know, however, is that Stalker 2 is supposed to offer a self-contained and non-linear story that is influenced by the player's decisions and can lead to multiple endings. How does Stalker 2 play? For Heart of Chernobyl's gameplay, the developers promise to stay true to the series' strengths. That means we explore the zone from the first-person perspective and make our own way through the single-player story. Where we go or how we proceed in missions is up to us. The playful freedom should be even greater than in the predecessors. As in the past, the program includes battles against mutants, bandits and other enemies, inventory and resource management, and interaction with NPCs from different factions who want to sell us side quests. Of course, there is also a good portion of survival in Stalker 2. The deeper we advance into the zone, the greater the danger and the better our equipment should be, which we get from loot or traders. In addition, the hunt for artifacts will probably play an important role again. These valuable objects are created by anomalies in the zone and are considered the most valuable resource in the Stalker series. What does the game world of Stalker 2 offer? The developers promise an open world without annoying loading. Stalker 2 is supposed to be completely without loading times and presents us with the irradiated zone as a seamless and freely walkable open world. The developers even promise one of the biggest game worlds ever. So far, we've seen the typical end-time mix of dark forests, dilapidated housing block ruins, Soviet-era factories, streets full of wrecked cars and, of course, Pripyat's Ferris wheel is back. Experienced stalkers will of course recognize many of the locations in the trailer. Even the old rookie camp is back. The developers say about the game world that the scenery changes quickly, the landscape itself is threatening and there is the omnipresent feeling of an inevitable danger. Those who have played the old Stalker parts have a rough idea of these dangers: bandits or other Stalker factions, mutated dogs, fluctuations in gravity or sudden electrical storms already kept us on our toes in the predecessors. By the way, the NPCs in Stalker 2 are supposed to follow their own daily routine independently of our actions and thus make the world more believable and lively. It's quite possible that conflicts will break out between factions, or mutants will overrun a camp without us even noticing. So there's a lot of depth to the game, and there's certainly more to come. I'm really looking forward to the game, but what about the technology of Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl? The game won't spare its charms: ray tracing, 4K, and 120 FPS. In the in-engine videos, Stalker 2 definitely cuts a very good figure and convinces, especially with its terrific lighting atmosphere. The developers already promise ray tracing support, 4K UHD, and up to 120 FPS for the Xbox Series X version. The PC is supposed to get mod support right at launch, which of course brings a huge potential with it. Just imagine what the Stalker Anomaly team and the whole modding community will come up with. I can hardly wait. Other than that, no concrete tech features for the PC are known yet. Let's hope it won't be a bad port, but the PC version will be a real PC version. During the announcement, the developers from GSC Game World stated that they would use the Unreal Engine from Epic for Stalker 2. Since the announcement was made in July 2020, it was assumed that the Unreal Engine 4 was meant. But that is not the case, because after Epic sent out a tweet that many games based on the Unreal Engine had been announced in the past few months, GSC Game World responded with a tweet of their own, which rather surprisingly revealed that Stalker 2 is already an Unreal Engine 5 title. Relying on motion capture technology for the imposing visuals of heads and faces. Photogrammetry is also used to create the most realistic environmental textures possible. Speaking of technology, with Stalker 2, GSC Game World also wanted to focus on the NFT trend. The plan was that the so-called non-fungible tokens would be sold and the owners would eventually be implemented as characters in the game, as metahumans. However, the announcement caused an extraordinary amount of criticism of the developers from the fans. This went so far that the developers finally scrapped their plans and NFTs will now no longer be implemented in Stalker 2. Good thing, thank God, they didn't do it. What are your hopes and expectations for Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, thumbs up, if not a thumbs down. The algorithm is very happy about a subscription, but the Stalker in you even more. Thanks for your time, and I will see you in the next one.